Captain's Log Supplemental. I just got back from our first contact meeting with the Quinzaluk people. Starfleet and the Federation has a kind of position on the multiverse nature of our universe. So, obviously we're aware that there are infinite multiverses, fine. But I didn't know that there would be a people that existed that were so comfortable transitioning between universes that it's basically a commodity to them. Apparently they have a device which can transfer your consciousness to an alternate you for, a couple hours. As a demonstration of this, during our meeting, I got transmitted into a universe where I was just a pet rabbit, and I gotta say, it wasn't bad. It was nice, just kind of relaxing. Being pet, hanging out in my terrarium. I could get used to that life. Well, I don't want to eat my own feces, so maybe not.
Welcome back to Captain's Log Supplemental. I am Chris, and as always, am joined by friends and co-hosts Rob and Stanford.
Hello. Hey there.
For the uninitiated, Captain's Log Supplemental is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. We are cruising through all of Star Trek in chronological order. How are you doing today?
Wow, fuck you, I guess, Mariah. Damn.
Oh, god damn it.
Rob's dying.
Yeah, she's here too. Yep.
Son
of a
she
bitch.
just burped into the mic rolled out in the middle of Chris's intro.
Did she? It didn't come through Discord, so we didn't hear
It did not come through Discord, yeah.
It looks like Audacity caught it. Audible. Oh my god.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Yeah, she's here. So I'm going to do a previously on Captain's Log Supplemental.
So I'm going on a float trip this weekend.
So, Chris, how'd your float go?
Yeah, it was pretty good. So we went to the Black River, as I mentioned before. It had rained a little bit the last couple days before we were floating. So I expected the river to be higher and faster, and in some parts it was faster, but also in some parts it was lower than I expected. Like, there's some parts where, yes, there was water there, but like with us in the raft, we had to like get out and like drag it across the top of the water because it wasn't enough. It was also very hot, very, very hot. And it wasn't a tremendously like shaded river, like some, there'll be like tree cover and stuff hanging over. Yeah, not a whole lot of that. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done something like that. But it was a good time. There was some maybe not near death moments, but some scary one in particular. So there's three families, ourselves, and then two other families, and we're all friends, and the kids are friends and everything. And so we were close to one of the families, and both our families were in rafts, and then the other family had two canoes with two of them in each of the canoes. And so the canoes are farther ahead because they're faster.
Right. The Native Americans figured that out. Yeah.
We go around a bend and we narrowly avoid this collection of trees and stuff that's in the corner of the bend that all the water is rushing towards. I skillfully navigated us through it.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
But the last the family behind us did not do so well. They crashed directly into the trees.
Oh no.
The dad, who's like 6'6" or 6'8" or something like that.
Jesus.
Takes a tree branch to the face, falls off of the raft.
Oh no.
Somehow ends up in front of the raft, like pinned against the trees.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was apparently very disoriented, from the branch to the face, but he was able to get back on. I saw it happen because I was afraid. I knew it was going to be tough to avoid that, and I look back and I instantly see them crash. And so we pull off to onto the riverbank to make sure they're okay. Meanwhile, the people, the canoes in front of us are even having a worse time.
Oh no!
which we weren't aware of. We couldn't quite see
What
around the
happened?
bend there because where he'd stopped. But one of them pulled off ahead of it, and we thought they'd stop because they saw the raft crash and him fall off. No. There is an even more dangerous bend around that corner where they had, and there were some trees kind of hanging over the edge, and one of the canoes had like kind of gotten swept into there and pinned against the tree and flipped. And the water was just so strong, and the canoe was like in the water, so like the canoe was catching all the water and being held by the current that like he couldn't pull it out, and you could barely stand in the current. It was so strong there. So after I make sure that the one family's good, I realized that they need help. There was like a bunch of younger people who were standing around not doing much.
Oh, sure.
And so I
Younger
weighed
people.
in.
Yeah.
I weighed in and help kind of wrench this canoe out of the tree and out of the current, and eventually get it tipped over so it can empty all the water and get out. But that was the exciting part of the trip. A lot of fun.
Holy Christ!
My knees got very burnt. I was pretty good on sunscreen.
I was about to say, how was the sunscreen game?
Yeah, I was pretty good. I kept it. I reapplied several times throughout the day, but something about the knees, I guess they were just the part that was exposed to the sun constantly because where you're sitting in the raft and everything. And they got pretty burnt, but everything else I was okay.
That's no fun.
Yeah. So yeah, fun time. Kids had fun. That we'd stop often, and they'd swim in the river, and we'd drink and chit chat and everything. So it was fun.
Cool. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to comment too. Outside of that, as I mentioned, it was hot. The Midwest is in the middle of what I now understand is corn sweat season. Are you guys familiar with this?
I've heard about corn sweat. Just heard about corn sweat, and that's why we're getting a heat wave.
I've not heard of this term.
So corn sweat is, or the technical term, evapotranspiration, significantly raises humidity. An acre of corn can potentially release 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water vapor daily, which can lead to dew points increasing by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So obviously it makes that feel so much hotter than it actually is, and it's already hot.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, Midwest, woo!
Oh, man. I guess, by Columbia, you got a lot of corn, because over by Kansas City, we had a lot of wheat. But we were closer to Kansas.
Yeah, and there's a lot of corn. Corn and soybeans are the most common around here. I've seen a few wheat fields, but primarily it's corn and soybeans now.
Interesting.
So, did y'all see any bull sharks?
No bull sharks. We saw a lot of fish. It's a very clear river, so you can see all the fish swimming around.
Oh
but
my
no sharks.
Oh, cool.
It's Shark Week, so I'm in full shark mode.
Bull sharks can swim in fresh water, but they swim up a river from the ocean. This river doesn't connect to the ocean for a while.
No, yeah.
But it does connect.
I read a story once about a bull shark being found in the Ohio River that must have swam up the Mississippi River. And that's crazy.
This is why I don't go in the water.
Yeah, we saw a few snakes while we were there.
I thought the Mississippi had mud sharks in it at some points, which are aren't there freshwater species of shark? I thought there was one in the Mississippi.
Maybe.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
A lot of catfish, so
So yeah, fun times. Well, always like to mention that please rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies if you want to inflict us upon them. And that'll help us out. We really appreciate it. Today we are looking at episode 14 of season 1 of Discovery, The War Without, The War Within. They like their wordy titles.
Yeah, and this one's
Yep.
kind of a silly title, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, they try to get too poetic, I think, sometimes with these.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been better after they were inside of Kronos.
Spoilers, God.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they hint at it. I guess that counts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we start with a little CG scene of the Discovery being repainted into regular Starfleet, whatnots.
By the cute little repair drones.
Yeah. Handy little drones they got there. So as the Discovery is getting a repainting job, Saru finds the Emperor in the transporter room.
Still on the pad. They are still on the transporter pad. They've been there for like 20 minutes at this point.
She quickly tells him to get on his knees, but not like in a sexy way, like in a slave way.
So Saru calls her a Terran defector. Is she a defector? I don't understand that use of the term because she's not.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Like they're not at war with the Terrans.
That doesn't seem accurate.
She's more like. She's more like.
I think that like. Yeah, I think that like. There has to be a level of intent in defection, and she didn't really have a choice.
She's more defection. She's more like a government in exile at this point, right?
Yeah, I suppose. So Saru has her transported to and confined to quarters, and then proceeds to threaten the poor transporter dude with treason if he says anything about it.
Which is so fucking stupid. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
However, Saru totally seems okay with Michael bringing back Mirror Giorgio. She's like, well, he's like, yeah, it could turn out bad, but that's probably fine. You did a good job over there. I'm gonna let this one slide.
Literally, no one could have thrown a switch the way you threw a switch over there, Michael. So good job.
Yeah. In the turbo lift, Saru tells Michael that they are trying to excise they did excise the Klingon from Tyler, from old Ash there. And that it was Lorella who did it. Saru wants Michael to go meet with Ash to kind of assess where he's at, but she doesn't seem super keen about it. Unsurprisingly, after trying to get murdered by your boyfriend, not super stoked to go see him.
I have a question.
What's that?
Shouldn't he, like, go for a trial or something? What with the murder and all?
It wasn't him. He's not responsible for those
That's fine. But, like, people with, let's say, dissociative identity disorder who kill people still have to go to trial.
I don't disagree. Yeah, I think...
Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
This happened several times where they excuse what happened by saying, oh, it was Vogue. It's fine.
What if there was a section of government that you could send these people to?
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I hate you. You know what, Rob? Get out of my house.
All right, see you guys next week.
All right. Saru is then briefed by a Dr. Pollard, who I'm pretty sure we never see again, on how Ash is doing. Short story is they don't get any fucking clue.
Yeah, it's like, what he is. How's he doing?
We then go see Ash, who explains he can access folks' memories, and he explains in detail the species reassignment procedure, which sounds fucking terrible. Real bad. You know, everything from carving up your heart to filing your fingers down. There's just lots of not good stuff. He says, yeah, I'll share everything I know about the Klingons with you. He then asks about Burnham, and he does seem to be upset about what he did to Burnham.
Sure.
Saru is quick to cast blame on the now, I guess you'd call him deceased folk, but does say that that Ash's access on Discovery will be limited, but he won't take his freedom away. I mean, that's very accepting right after we supposedly...
Right away. Immediately fine with it. It's like, hey, remember when he killed somebody? Nah, it's fine.
Yeah. Right after that...
Especially because, like, the doctor literally just said, we don't know what the fuck's going on in his head at this point. Like, we hope we got it all, but we don't know. And, like, that's a big risk.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So anyway, right after that, they get approached by a Federation ship. A group quickly beams aboard that includes Sarek and Admiral Cornwell and a very gruff Andorian. the admiral quickly overrides the ship using her command codes, and Sarek just kind of fucking mind melds Saru by
he
force,
does.
I guess.
I don't know why when Cornwall like takes command of the ship, I don't know why the lights on the bridge have to go all like dim and weird. Like,
Because it's serious now, bitch.
although I will say it's kind of nice to see Cornwall because it feels like now we're back to our regularly scheduled Star Trek. Like
That's Cornwell, by the way.
Cornwell. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. It's super great to have Sarek there because you can skip the whole part where they have to explain what happened.
Although she was like, "Hey, where's Captain Lorca?" and everyone just kind of stares at her in silence. It's like, can someone answer a fucking question?
Right.
Like, she asked a question, you answer the question. What's the fucking big deal? And it's not like Discovery doesn't know that they've been missing for 9 months. Like, it's like, this is a perfectly reasonable reaction, and they should know it. And they're like, whoa. Yeah.
So anyway, they let Sarek declare very dramatically that Lorca is dead after he finishes his mind meld with Saru. We immediately cut to the next scene, which made me laugh immediately.
Oh my god, that was so fucking funny.
She disintegrates Lorca's bowl of fortune cookies in his office.
Understand that, like, not with a replicator. She shoots it with a phaser in front of everyone.
With a phaser.
And Burnham gives Saru this side eye, like, oh Jesus! Like,
this is a fucking meeting that they're having
amazing
to decide what to do next. And the first thing she does is vaporize the fucking fortune cookies.
I think what I'm learning on my second watch through of Discovery now is that Cornwell might be my favorite character. I love her so much. Like, everything she does is incredible.
She's pretty awesome.
Really great. I feel like this was the Star Trek equivalent of setting your boyfriend's stuff on fire after a breakup.
100%.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. We get she claims, how are you guys alive? We saw the Discovery destroyed. And they're like, oh, it was, we swapped with Mirror Discovery, so it was actually Mirror Discovery you saw destroyed.
So did we learn that happened while they were over in the Mirror? I don't remember them talking about Disco switching places with the other Disco.
I think they said it briefly.
Yeah.
I do remember them mentioning it and then completely ignoring it for the rest of the time.
I guess, like, how though?
Shut up. That's how.
Well, because, like, it's a genuine question because, like, the swapping places is a thing that happens in the Mirror Universe, but it's usually done through a transporter. And the idea is, in theory, that the Mirror Universe and the Standard Universe, or Prime Universe, whatever it's called, are so in sync that, like, sometimes people transport at the exact same moment through some kind of anomaly and they'll swap places. Okay, fine. Whatever. But, like, the Discovery and the Mirror Universe explicitly did not have a spore drive. So, how did they swap with it?
I told you, shut up. That's how.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you're right. I apologize.
So anyway, Cornwell proceeds to give a rundown of how the Federation's getting their ass kicked in the war. Really just the by the numbers war crime rundown.
I like how she's like, look, when y'all disappeared, that was the small basket in which we had all of our eggs, so we immediately started losing.
Yeah. The good news is that there isn't a clear leader of the Klingons. However, the bad news is there isn't a clear leader of the Klingons, so they just fucking do everything all over the place without any plan.
I do like how the Klingons used a tactic to suicide, like, an entire starbase full of ships or whatever. And then Cornwell's like, yeah, so that sucked. Then they managed to do it 2 more times because I guess we didn't enact even a single, like, policy on dealing with that situation whatsoever. Like, one motherfucker in America tries to blow up an airplane with shoes, and we've been taking off our shoes at the airport for 25 years. But
apparently
like,
we don't have to do that anymore.
Yes, I know, as of today. But, like, a Klingon ship blows up a starbase that has, like, 20% of the Federation fleet, and they don't enact a single, like, concept in order to make that not happen 2 more times.
Well, as we find out later in the show, they don't even change any of their war tactics. Like, they just keep trying the same things and failing, evidently, for 9 months.
Look, I know that's dumb, but also lots of countries have done that over the course of history, so it's not completely out of the question.
Yeah, but, like, I don't have a podcast making fun of them.
Yeah, but fair. That's fair. yeah, they apparently, although the map seems like a lot more, it's just 20% of Federation space that has now been occupied by the Klingons.
I guess the map we were seeing earlier is just like a zoomed in on like the front.
The Admiral says, the Discovery needs to go to Starbase 1, and absolutely no talking about the Mirror Universe. We don't talk about Mirror Universe. We just don't.
Well, there's this kind of weird, like, hey, if people find out that they can just go to the Mirror Universe, they'll be able to, like, see their dead loved ones and stuff, and that's too tempting, so don't talk about it. Which, like, I don't know, it seemed really hard to get back and forth. Like, I'm not sure that makes sense.
I had the same thought, but I guess, it's just a way to say, we're done with the Mirror Universe now. So please stop talking about it. They can't jump to the starbase, however, because they're all out of spores, because they burned them all up.
Asterisk.
Mm-hmm. Asterisk. Yes, asterisk.
They are out of spores. They do not have any spores. Asterisk.
Yes. We'll hit that note later.
Yeah, we'll hit that footnote quite a bit later.
So it looks like they have to use good old warp drive. We get some comments about how perilous it's going to be, and then
couldn't you tell? You couldn't tell. How did you see them do all that perilous 1 light year of travel?
So I'll get back there. Burnham takes the Admiral to go see old Emperor Georgie. She is as difficult as you'd expect to talk to, being all haughty and whatnot. She's like, send me back. I don't want to be here. And Burnham's like, but we could give you asylum and stuff. And she's like, fuck no, I don't want your asylum. I want to go back to my universe, which, fair, I guess. However, they can't send her back. So she has to go live on the starbase, supposedly. Ash, meanwhile, runs into Stamets in the hallway, which is incredibly awkward.
I hate this scene. I hate everything about this scene. Because
I really like it.
What'd you say?
I really like it.
Oh, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh, my issue with this scene is not I don't think Stamets' actor did a bad job. Ash is fine. My issue with the scene is I feel like they needed to put this in because they are just hand waving every kind of responsibility Ash has about the death of Culber. And so we have to make sure that we show Stamets crying at him not even really crying. I just mad at him for a second. And then we're going to move on. This is never going to be talked about again. So I don't hate the scene as a concept. I hate the fact that it's fucking worthless. It's not in good faith presented to us.
Right. I get what you're saying. It was a way to close that storyline loop. And that's it.
And I'm going to be honest, if this is all you're dealing with, if Ash, then why did Culber have to die?
Yeah,
Ash could have just attacked him, and that would have been fine. If you're gonna, and I know Culber comes back, so, but my point is that if there's no actual fallout
consequences,
from this,
yes,
then why kill Culber?
That's just the same goes for bringing him back in the first place. Why was this done? This was just it's serious. Just kidding, is what it feels like.
I don't know. It's just I'm not a fan of media trying to cash in emotionally when they haven't earned it, and this felt like a very unearned scene.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was. I do like the acting of the scene. I felt that part was good, but yes. I'm with you in that it overall as a story arc seems forced and pointless.
I just realized that Stanford, how you get uncomfortable when I call you Matthew?
Yes.
I feel like I might be feeling that way when you call Culber.
Oh, instead of Dr. Dreamy? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who Culber was.
Oh, so I'm sorry. Dr. Dreamy. Yes.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. Although it's funny because this scene cuts to another scene where I also have a fucking issue.
Which is the mess hall where Ash kind of wanders in and everybody gives him the fucking side eye. Did you have something to say about this scene?
I think is this where No, that was somewhere else.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah. This is the mess hall. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different scene.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because
So
Tilly's like, yeah, I'll sit with the war criminal. It's fine.
Right, because she much like Burnham when she first came on to the Discovery, she's like, oh, poor little guy, I'm gonna go sit next to him.
Oh, he's basically a convicted murderer.
Yeah. So anyway, she's super compassionate to the convicted murderer, and which leads everybody else to be to walk over and sit with him and act like nothing ever happened.
And my first note is they're treating him much better than they treated Burnham when she showed up,
yeah,
which I find kind of interesting because he actually killed someone they know. But also, I don't know if you watches that blonde extra showed up. She's got this like very flirty energy. It's like she's twirling her hair. Like, so what's it like being a Klingon? Like, she's so.
Yeah, it was silly. Back on the bridge, we find out that the trip wasn't perilous at all because they're there. Woo!
No problem. Yeah.
However, they can't get in contact with Starbase 1. It's dead. It's got a crudely painted Klingon symbol on it, and there's no humans on board, no Federation peoples.
Get some gross ganglia noises.
Yeah, as a little Saru's little thingies come out. But yeah, the Admiral freezes, realizing that shit's bad, and then Saru commands them to go to warp.
Okay, first of all, the Klingons spray painting the outside of the base. Fucking no notes. Metal as shit. Amazing.
It's very like I gotta be honest. It's very like orcs from Warhammer 40k.
Yeah. Second of all,
or like Mad Max.
Oh
Mad Max, yeah.
Second of all, Cordwell seems surprisingly shook by this, considering all of the horrible things she was describing like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, and how terrible the war's gone in general. But like, not our Bastion and Starbase 1.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed, especially considering how perilous 1 light year of space was between them and it. So obviously, like, the war's here, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So after that scene, the Admiral does go to see L'Rell. She explains to L'Rell that the Klingons are winning, but they are still divided. First, she kind of gets super excited and then realizes that they're not united at all.
Right.
And they argue a bit, and
L'Rell's basically like, Klingons are like genetically an I don't hear no bell kind of species. So.
Pretty much, it's kill or be killed. No peace negotiations. You gotta kill them, or the war will never end. So cool, fun times. Meanwhile, Burnham chats with the Emperor. Burnham asks her how to beat the Klingons. We get a side conversation here for a second where she points out Burnham's true motivations for saving her were because she couldn't save Philippa. And then she hints at having a plan for the Klingons.
Yeah, Burnham's like, how did you defeat the Klingons? And Michelle Yeoh, the Emperor, is basically like, well, racism and war crimes, of course. Like, what did you expect?
Pretty much, yeah. Georgie recommends targeting Kronos and a complete obliteration of their defenses. The plan is they're going to jump into Kronos, within Kronos, because it's very volcano-y and has lots of like caves and stuff, and some of them are big enough to fit a ship. And because they need to map the defenses and everything, and they can't get close enough regularly, so they got to jump in so they can map it from the inside.
I have a logistical question.
Okay.
Like, what about all the air?
What do you mean?
Well, when they're jumping around in space, there's not a lot of stuff there. But you're going to jump into the middle of like an under atmospheric pressure cave? That feels like it's probably not good for your ship.
It's fine. Shut up.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I
guess they'll swap places with the air like they did with the other Discovery.
Yeah, I guess so. So they, because as we have asterisked before, they have no spores, they're going to have to grow spores since they're out. But I thought we were out of spores, you say. Well, we have this fun little plant thing here. We got this little guy.
We have one mushroom.
Yeah, we have one mushroom. They are going to like a Veda system, which has like some basically barren planet that nobody cares about, so they can just inject all the mushrooms into it. because, they didn't have any spores in one mushroom is enough to just, totally populate a planet with enough mushroom forest, I guess. Sarek, then we get a scene where Sarek is talking to the Emperor. They kind of start off in some type of "I'm a better parent" argument. And
yeah,
then,
it's always awkward when the divorced dad and mom are in the same room together. Yeah.
Yeah. The Emperor then explains that to really win against the Klingons, you got to just completely destroy Kronos.
You got to do some war crimes. Yeah.
You got to war crime it. Yeah. Then after that, Sarek has a nice.
Well, hold on. Okay, so I have an issue here. Believe it or not.
What?
So Sarek's defeat the Klingons, and Georgiou's war crimes, duh. And Sarek's we're not gonna do war crimes. And Michelle Yeoh is well, in the face of annihilation, you should do anything. That's logic. And this show is on the heels of many, many series in Star Trek where we have very firmly established that the Vulcans do not believe that.
Right.
That specific thing the Vulcans don't believe. But Sarek's that's a good point. Huh.
You've beaten my logic. I must submit to your idea. War crimes it is.
Right. Aren't a lot of Vulcans peace they're Quakers. What's the fucking term?
Pacifist?
Pacifist, thank you. Aren't a lot of Vulcans pacifists anyways?
Uh-huh.
Ridiculous. And it's not even Sarek's fault. I hate the Emperor character so fucking much, and this episode is setting up all of this shit for why.
Yep. So, we then cut to a scene where Sarek is having a nice heart-to-heart with Burnham as they walk through the corridors. Don't feel bad for falling in love, he tells her. Despite that it was a secret agent Klingon dude. It's
look,
fine.
I know your boyfriend murdered somebody, but better to have loved and lost.
I tried to murder you.
Burnham then talks with Tilly, says her goodbye kind of felt very final with Sarek. Then we get Tilly talking about how she didn't really realize what she was getting into when she signed up for Starfleet. She didn't expect all the war and killing and sadness and whatnot. But then she kind of tries to convince Burnham to go see Tyler, which I kind of had a problem with here.
I have a huge problem with this.
Yeah, why would you try to get your victim? Why
are you helping Tyler gaslight?
Right. What are we doing here? And it's this gaslighting in particular comes up at the end scene where Burnham does talk to him, but
there's a level of Tilly going look, I know he literally strangled you with his bare hands,
but he's got nobody else.
You should give him a chance because he's lonely, and you two were so good together. What the fuck kind of sentence is that?
Pretty much, yeah. That's not specifically what she said, but it boils down to it just about.
It was gross. I was very uncomfortable that entire conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Especially coming from Tilly of all people.
Wait, and this goes back to the pretty much hand waving the whole Vogue thing.
Yes.
It's fine. It was somebody.
We dismissed the Dr. Culber shit. Dr. Dreamy shit. Okay, now we have to hand wave the part where he physically assaulted his girlfriend. We just have to get that
with intent to kill. With intent to kill.
Yeah, we have to get that part out of the way, and then we can move on with this fun relationship kind of thing.
It just seems. Yeah, I didn't like any of it. Anyway, they arrive in the Veda system and seed the planet with mycelium.
Yeah, what did they use to send them to the planet?
Fucking torpedo things. I don't know.
Yeah, sporpedos, baby.
Yeah, but somehow they I guess they just carve up that one mushroom into
my question was where did all these spores come from? They had it was 15 per missile.
It was a cool CG scene. I will give it that.
It was that. I was well, guess that worked. And then the computer's spore generation at 4%, 8%, and it keeps reading up and percent of what?
Percent of done. Shut up.
Done? Okay.
So yeah, the roots work.
It works like a Windows install file. The bar is just filling up.
They're installing spores on the moon.
The roots are working extremely fast. Plus, they do some like electromagnetic pulse thing to like turbocharge them, I guess.
Yeah, that's because they ran the installer in administrator mode.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as you mentioned, it keeps counting up in percentage. Small note here: they do say 47%, which is actually a kind of a preview here for what my deep dive is going to be.
So, dear listeners, understand that we do sometimes talk about these episodes before we record them. I know it sounds like we don't know what we're doing, but we do that. And like Chris said in the chat earlier, hey y'all, my deep dive is going to be on the number 47. And I thought he had a stroke because that sentence doesn't make any sense.
It will make sense when I get to the deep dive. Rob, do you know what the reference is?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, this will be fun then. Anyway, past that. I guess it worked because the plants are springing up, spores are farting everywhere. It's barely an inconvenience that they had to do this. So yeah, spores complete, handshakes and congratulatory nods all around. Burnham then goes to see Tyler.
This has to be a contender for one of the worst conversations that has ever happened in this franchise.
Yeah, it's real bad. Which it's weird for me because I think they did her side of the conversation pretty well.
Yeah, no. She's saying all the right things.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the funny thing about it is this conversation would actually be really good if Ash was manipulating her as part of the story.
Right, exactly. Yes,
but that's not what's happening.
No.
They're trying to make Ash feel sympathetic, and it is egregiously bad.
Yeah. So she's Burnham walks in. She's super skittish, understandably, because he just tried to murder her not too long ago.
After successfully murdering someone she knows. Yep.
Then they kind of talk back and forth, and then he says this line about how she's giving up when quote unquote things got complicated.
I have the same quote in my notes. I was like, got complicated? What the he's like you're giving up on our relationship just because things got complicated? Dude, what the fuck? You killed a man and then tried to murder her with your bare hands.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that it was Volk. No, I mean, even if we were to excuse that, she still saw your face and your hands on her neck, which she does point out.
Yeah, she does
point that out.
She's like, hey, buddy, I don't know if you know this, but I was there when you tried to strangle me to death.
Even if it wasn't quote unquote you, it still looked like you to me. That's gonna fuck me up.
It's a little more than complicated, you understating motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. So see, as you mentioned before, very his side of the conversation is very gaslighty, very manipulative.
Yeah, especially when later he's like, look, I'm alone out here and I can't find my way back without you.
Right.
Basically like, and I know it's not exactly
I'm gonna kill myself
if
you don't stay with me.
Exactly. That's exactly the fucking energy. And I cannot. And like I said, if this was intentional, it would be great even, but it's not because I know where this relationship ends up going. Like this was supposed to make him look sympathetic, and it is some of the worst shit I have ever fucking seen on screen. And it must have been written by some douchebag. I'm only assuming this dialogue was written by a man. Like this is fucking awful.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh, I bet you it was the same writer from Cogenitor.
Man.
The fact that this is as bad in my mind as that conversation where it's like, well, Trip, stop helping people, they won't kill themselves, is like testament to like how fucking bad this is.
Yeah, it's real bad. That's basically the end of the episode. However, we do get one more speech in as the Admiral.
Well, she's got to go on the fucking speaker so she can rationalize some war crimes.
Yeah, she turns her her speaker on for the whole ship. She tells the kind of the plan, what's going to happen, and we do get a little Enterprise reference here.
That was kind of fun. I don't hate that one. That was kind of nice actually.
Yes, because they mentioned they're the first Federation people to be on there since the Archer and the Enterprise crew or whatever. And guess who gets to run the show? Because this fucking makes sense.
My notes, my last 2 bullet points of notes are, first, this is stupid. This is extra stupid. This is so fucking dumb. And then absolutely no fucking way does that make any sense.
Yeah, it's the Emperor, the Terran Emperor. They decided to just hand the keys to the Federation's salvation to the Emperor.
Under the
End
guise,
of episode.
Under the guise of her being like a long lost like Philippa Georgiou that had actually been recovered.
The whole ship I guess they don't technically know she is the Emperor.
I think the Discovery crew knows that this is a ruse.
Do they? No. Because the only person who technically knows from the crew is that one transporter guy who got
real threatened.
Yeah,
with
no, because like a couple of the members of the bridge crew, like their eyes light up when they see her. They're all excited to see her again.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, that I didn't quite realize, and maybe we'll see how they're reacting next episode. But like, what the fuck? What kind of contrived nonsense is this?
They paid
Michelle Yeoh
lots of money to be in the show, and so she needs more screen time.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like it makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense from a storytelling perspective. It makes no sense from like an in-universe kind of logical perspective. It doesn't even make any sense from like an emotional perspective for any of the people involved. Like, this is a terrible move.
Yep. No notes. Yeah, it's real bad. On that note, on a scale of 0 to 5, or 1 to 5, where 0 is threshold, where are we at for this one?
Do you want me to go first, Rob?
Oh my god. I'll go first. So like when I first started watching the episode, I remember this episode, and I remember not liking it much the first time around either. I was actually thinking, like, I'm in the same boat as you, Stanford. Like, all of this stuff between Burnham and Tyler was just awful. Like, all of the conversations, even the writing for the conversations, like, whoever wrote Burnham's lines, great. Whoever wrote Tyler's lines, I don't know what they were spoken at that point. But the one thing that I did like, I agree with you. I think this is one of Cornwell's better episodes. So I gave it a 2. Only because it was cool seeing her again.
Sure.
Okay. Stanford?
And like Cornwell was great, but the toxic, like the toxicity of the shit coming out of Ash, and like the fact that it's not just Ash, but also like Tilly being weird about it and stuff, I can't go above a 1.
Tilly, Saru.
Yeah, Saru wasn't, at least Saru was very much like, look, you should see him, but if you don't want to, it's fine. Tilly's like, you're a bad person if you don't go see him because he's all alone. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Tilly, you're supposed to be Burnham's friend. But also, like, not only that, I'm also kind of fucking annoyed at this whole spore thing because, like, either we're out of the resource or not. What is this moon seeding fucking sporpedo bullshit? Like, what a useless piece of story. Like, we didn't need to do this. Just be like, okay, we're back in our universe. I can get some spores at my spore factory over on whatever and call it a day. I don't know why we had to like layer in, because like we already had the whole thing with Starbase 1. We already had this whole thing going on with fucking Michelle Yeoh. We already had this whole shit going on between Ash and Burnham. Why add in this Sporpedo shit? Like, it was stupid.
You want to know something crazy about it? I was reading on Alpha Memory.
Memory Alpha?
Apparently they were... Or Memory Alpha, yeah. They were, they storyboarded and were preparing for that terraforming scene for months. They knew that this was coming, and they were like, this is going to be so cool. And then
they had a cool CG scene in mind and decided to write around it, you know what you're telling me.
Uh-huh. No, but they didn't. If they had made the whole episode about that, fine. Like, it's just as, pointless as any other Star Trek episode. It's fine. Like, give us an away mission. Give us the fucking go to Veda. Like, make that the whole episode. That's fine. But it was like a throwaway C-plot in this otherwise also stupid episode.
Right, so
if you were storyboarding for months, then, like, that's even more embarrassing for you because this was awful. I give it a 1.
Yeah. So outside, so I started at 2 immediately after watching the episode. But after talking it through again, and really, there's like the fun CG scene and the part where Cornwell vaporizes the fortune cookies were the only redeeming parts of this episode for me. So yeah, it's a 1. It was real bad.
If the episode was just dumb and not actively like toxic, then the vaporizing fortune cookies would have held it at a 3 at least, because that was incredible.
Yeah, it was a real bad episode. First one of Discovery for me.
Yep, me too.
But yeah, it was bad.
IMDb gave it a 3.
I mean, after that's, I guess that tracks, because after the last few episodes that they've given like 4s and 5s to, basically.
Yeah.
So, yep, real bad. Well, when we get back, we will get into our deep dive. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so for today's deep dive, I want to talk about the number 47. Now,
is this Sesame Street? Like, are we doing a letter too?
No. So the number 47 is actually a number that's come up a lot in Star Trek, in some other media too, but especially Star Trek. Whether it's shield percentages, spore percentages, various other things where they need to say a number 47 has come up quite frequently. So this 47 reference actually dates back to 1964 at Pomona College, where a Professor Bentley posited how all numbers are equal to 47 by asking students to draw an isosceles triangle. The sides of the triangle would be by definition of equal length. He then gave the sides of the triangles a length measurement. The numbers he chose were 47 and 74. But he could have chosen any numbers, didn't matter. The professor then used a series of kind of mathematical tricks to ensure that all sides of the triangle, distance and paths around the triangle added up to either 47 or 74, claiming 47 was a magical number. It said that other faculty members and senior students could not disprove his equations. Of course, this was all actually intended as a joke, but it caught the attention of the students and led to the formation of the 47 Society at the college, who pushed Professor Bentley's proof and continued to look for occurrences of the number.
Was the society also a joke?
Sort of. It's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of club thing.
Okay, so they weren't like fooled by the joke and then started looking at like numerology shit.
No, nothing to that.
They accidentally started a cult.
It's kind of like a fun kind of in joke where like 47 is this magical number.
Sure, okay.
So references the number 47 in Star Trek and some other pop culture stuff actually apparently originate to a Joe Banoski who attended Pomona College in California. As I mentioned, there's a club that was started, the 47 Society, which kind of has fun with this whole theorem and everything, and claims that 47 occurs with greater frequency in nature than other numbers. On top of that, 74 and also 23, which is half of 47 rounded down, also make frequent appearances.
23 is like a thing.
Yeah, so the number has, like I said, they have that society, but also like apparently there's like merch and stuff that Pomona College does that has like the number 47 on it. They've like fully leaned into this. Nice. But Joe Banoski was a writer for Star Trek in both The Next Generation and Voyager. Absent, I lost my place. So yeah, as I said, they've kind of, the numbers popped up in other media, but primarily it's most well known in the Star Trek universe. Both in a lot in Next Generation and Voyager, but also apparently in the J.J. Abrams movies as well. Abrams had also apparently used the number frequently in Alias. In Next Generation, it pops up quite a bit. For example, there was 47 occurrences of the word Darmok are found in the ship's database. Scotty manages to beam up 47 aliens before the ship was destroyed on board Voyager. The EMH can be found on channel 47. Apparently the number didn't appear unnaturally in the original series. Though, as I said, it was mostly Next Generation on. The number did appear frequently in earlier seasons of Deep Space Nine as well, but apparently the writers in that show got tired of the in-joke later on and stopped using it. When asked about the significance of the number, Rick Berman once joked that 47 is 42 corrected for inflation. This is, of course, referring to 42 being the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything.
Fuck yeah, it is.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Also, in Star Trek Online, a major hub for Federation players to interact inside Space Dock 1 is on Deck 47. Off to the side of the promenade on Earth Space Dock, a player can also dance at Club 47. So, yep, just this little college in Pomona, or Pomona College in California, had this weird thing happen, and it apparently has made its way into Star Trek.
It's funny to me that they have also done the 23 thing, because the 23 number significance exists independently and is this weird conspiracy that exists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a movie that Jim Carrey was in called The Number 23. And the movie was typical thriller shit. Suspense, I guess, more. But apparently the 23 Enigma is a real thing. There's a whole Wikipedia page about it. And apparently William S. Burroughs was the first person to do the 23 things, which is kind of a weird call because William S. Burroughs is a wildly fucking insane person who wrote these science fiction books. Rob, he wrote Naked Lunch and the Nova Express and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we read, I think, 2 pieces from him in sci-fi class.
Yeah. So it's funny that they're also 23, which, because 23, there are people who are genuinely believe that 23 is a real number of significance. It's usually a curse more than a good thing.
Interesting. So yeah, apparently lots of fan theories have kind of come about regarding the significance of the number 47 from not knowing the actual reasoning for it. But a lot of them have some of the posited theories were one of them was 47 is prime number, also the dialing code of Norway. The Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn are 47 degrees apart, and 47 is the name of the agent in the Hitman video game series. So lots of weird theories abound. But
it would have been better if it was the dialing code for Finland, because of all the conspiracy theories about Finland not existing.
Oh, that's right. I did know that one. Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, next time you hear the number 47 in Star Trek, you'll know why.
Wild.
All right. Well, that's it for the deep dive. When we come back, we'll have a little potpourri.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. For potpourri this week, we are going to do some mushroom trivia.
Oh boy.
In honor of the Mycelium Network and our lovely terraforming scene that we had in this week's episode.
False. That wouldn't work.
But this is going to be first to the buzzer. There are answers to the questions. I'll take things that are close. All right. First question. What kingdom in taxonomy do mushrooms belong to?
Fungi.
That is correct. Point for Stanford.
Oh, shit.
What is the name of the discipline of biology dedicated to the study of mushrooms and fungi?
Mycology.
Point for Chris.
Jeez.
I was going to let him finish the question before I screamed my answer.
Hey,
I guess.
Hey, I am states away. You are right next to him. I got to take every advantage I
can.
Prior to understanding that mushrooms were taxonomically closer to animals than plants, what discipline did their study belong to?
Botany.
That is a point for Stanford.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know that, but that totally makes sense.
What is the color of the 1-Up mushroom in Super Mario Brothers?
Green.
One for Chris.
Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking the Get Bigger one, but yeah, no,
That's red, yeah.
It's green,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is kind of a weird nod to other conspiracy theories. So there is a period of Earth history where it was known for massive mushroom growth, both in quantity and size. They have found mushrooms that were basically trees and stood over 24 feet tall, all over the Earth's surface.
Yeah. Yes, I've played Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah. So the name of this period of time shares the namesake with a fun conspiracy theory, and that is your hint.
Jesus Christ. The fun conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Huh. What a wild hint.
Any guesses?
The QAnon period?
No.
I have no idea. So, yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
All right. So it's the Silurian period. Have you guys heard of the Silurian hypothesis?
Nope.
No.
So this is the conspiracy theory where there was like a full-blown civilization of lizard people that precedes human history.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was called, but I have heard of that theory.
I didn't know it had a name. Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, next question. What is the name for the top of a mushroom?
The cap.
Point for Chris.
Oh, man.
Mushroom fruiting bodies can be short-lived. Short-lived. But the underlying mycelium is a different story. How old is the 22,000 acre colony in Mallard National Forest in Oregon?
Yeah, I've heard of this one.
Random stab. 12,000 years old.
Incorrect.
It's like, is it like, oh man, I feel like it's like 150. It's not as old as you expect.
You're definitely closer. It is 2,400 years old.
Right, but
which
not
is still
close.
old for mushrooms.
That is very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going to say like 2,000 at first, but then I decided to wing inflate my answer.
What country produces about half of all cultivated mushrooms?
Japan.
Nope.
America?
No, China.
Huh.
Interesting. Yeah, all right, actually that makes sense.
Yeah, it's super popular in their cooking.
And they have a lot more people. It's very popular in Japanese cooking too, but they got less people. So yeah, that makes sense.
It is. Yeah. Yep. What is the chemical compound found in magic mushrooms?
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
Psilocybin?
God damn it.
That's it. Good job, Chris.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. What use did mushrooms serve in the textile industry, Mariah?
Wait, she's playing?
She's raising her hand.
No, let them guess first.
In a textile industry.
Mushrooms.
Mushroom.
I'm gonna say it had to do like how specific do you want me to be here? Like,
it doesn't need to be specific.
Like I would assume that there's something to do with the dyeing process.
That is correct.
Yes, dyes.
So
yes.
This was crazy. I found out mushrooms can achieve all colors of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they were popular before the invention of synthetic dyes. That's crazy.
I want rainbow mushrooms right now.
Yeah. All right. Final question. Point for Stanford.
I gave it to him.
Okay. What is your favorite mushroom?
Shiitake.
Oh, ew! No, come on. I like the there's like I forget what they're called, but they like the ones I get at the hot pot place are like these like bundles of very thin mushrooms that all come like in one bundle.
Oh yeah,
those have been my very favorite. Like
trying to think what they're called in the games that I've played.
I've never had them, but they do look interesting.
They're very tasty. I know
what a sorrel mushroom looks like.
They're very firm. They're not as squishy as some mushrooms.
You know, morels are also delicious. I haven't had them
that's the other one.
More than once actually because they're fucking expensive.
I think I've only had shiitakes once, and they were fine. But I was like, nah. I've had better, I've had morels, actually. Wait, morels are the little wrinkly ones, right?
They're the ones who kind of have that like comb structure in their cap. They're incredibly difficult to cultivate, so primarily they're sourced just from foraging.
Yes, yeah. I have actually eaten morels. They are very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
They have like
mushrooms.
They have a very good
yucky
texture because of that pattern. Like they soak up flavor very well.
They're great fried. I mean, anything's good fried, but they are very good fried.
Yeah, I used to get them at this French restaurant. They'd be like part of this one dish.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris won.
Yeah.
It was Chris 4, Matthew 3.
All right. Well, congratulations, Chris. You know more about mushrooms, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Faster about mushrooms.
All right. Well, as Chris mentioned at the top of the pod, please remember to like, subscribe, share us with your friends, help spread the word about the podcast, gets the word out, and helps bump our numbers by single digits. Have a good week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.